Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final day of the 12 Days of Christmas, which means we made it. It's Christmas.
It's Christmas!
It's Christmas any day you watch this video.
Yes.
Mhm.
Every
Yep.
day you watch this video.
A little
Absolutely.
piece of Christmas to live on forever on YouTube.
Yeah. So we made it all the way. We watched 12 different movies and specials leading up to Christmas. And if this is your first time joining us for one of these, it is not meant to be a definitive ranking or list in any kind. There are all kinds of other great Christmas movies out there. These aren't in any particular kind of order, although
It's
I think
the
we
Christmas
saved
spirit.
Yes.
It's not competition. No, there's no losers. It's just
There you go,
Christmas
Dylan.
spirit and
Everyone's
joy.
the winner.
Preach.
Yeah.
You want your Linus moment
No, that was it.
on stage? That was okay. That's it.
I
You're
couldn't
out.
have said it more succinctly than that.
Okay, got it. So for today, we did save A Charlie Brown Christmas for last, which felt fitting to me,
Mhm.
at least.
Mhm.
I don't know how you guys feel, but
Felt wrong to me, but that's okay.
yeah,
We'll move on.
didn't want to let me know until we got here.
No,
Yeah.
I'll hold on to that one forever. Some slow burning resentment.
Right.
I'll
I'm
bring
sure
it
it'll come up
years from now.
in future episodes. We won't be
For
bitter
sure.
about it though. So
Right. Well,
But yes, no, a fitting end.
yeah. And so Charlie Brown Christmas, another 60s animated special that has just lived on forever.
Mhm.
And this one, a little bit of a special place in the hearts of the two Minnesotans here, and possibly Adam as well. Didn't want to speak for you, but
Listen.
the creator of Charlie Brown being from Minnesota, we are very proud of that here.
we
Mhm.
are.
So, and you know what? You're both now, Adam. You're a Minnesotan as well. You live here.
Yeah, I'm a transplant. I've been here for six-ish years now. So it's,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've adopted certain things. I mean,
Absolutely.
obviously everything but your football sports team. So it's
Right.
It's fine. It's fine.
And that's fair.
Mhm.
So
That's what happened.
yeah. So rewatching the Charles Schultz special and just basically everything about this to me, like from beginning to end. It's 25 minutes.
Mhm.
And you know how when you remember like a movie that's 2 hours long, you don't remember every little bit of it.
Yeah.
So when you rewatch it, it's kind of nice sometimes to like discover those little moments that you'd sort of forgotten.
Mhm.
That doesn't happen to me with A Charlie Brown Christmas because I've basically memorized this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't feel as long to me as it used to because almost every line just going all the way through it feels so familiar and so perfect and just
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
From just like Snoopy doing the commercial doghouse contest to the play to Charlie Brown feeling down around the holidays to the little
Mhm.
tree to just all of it. I mean,
Oh,
just
yeah.
beginning to end, I think this is perfect.
Mhm.
I'd agree.
Yeah, Charlie Brown feeling down around the holidays. Classic. Very. It's like every time you relate to him. I relate to him more as I get older. As a kid,
Great
I was like,
irony of Charlie Brown because he's a child.
yeah, but
But-
I feel like that's why it speaks to adults because I remember as a kid being like, why is Charlie always like, what's his deal? And now
Why
I'm
is he
like,
sad?
oh, I understand.
Just an old soul.
He
Yeah.
is such an old soul.
Well, I mean, in the description on IMDb, it just says depressed at the commercialization he sees around him, or the commercialism he sees around him. It's like, yeah, when you're a kid, you're excited to get all the gifts, and when you're an adult, you're like, I have to go buy all the gifts. I gotta go wrap all the gifts. I gotta do X, Y, and Z. Obviously, except for the stuff that Santa gets or
Mhm.
brings to you.
Mhm.
And you're just like, oh, there's so much more stress around this. Like, why can't we have the true meaning of Christmas? Why can't I remember it like I wanted when I was a child?
Yeah,
And
and
this
leave it
embodies all of it. all
Leave
the
it
good
to
stuff.
Charles Schultz to like, oh, you want me to do a Christmas special? What should it be about? Well, it's going to be about Charlie being depressed at commercialism. It is 1965. Get with it.
Yeah,
And
commercialism in 65. That's what kind of gets me as I've gotten older too. As I've been like, God, even back then, somebody was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
what would he do if he wrote it today? Like,
Yeah.
Like in the real life Mad Men era, like
Yeah.
like to just go against the grain, just be like, hey, just a reminder, everybody, this is all wrong.
I've still yet to encounter an aluminum Christmas tree in my life.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
don't think
that's
I have
fair.
either. Yep. hmm
It's
I
probably
mean,
just
maybe
easier to draw and makes it just. They're like, we're not making all the bendies.
Maybe he knew they were coming,
branches and
and he
stuff.
just thought, "I'm going to nip this in the bud right now."
hmm
We
And then
don't
this
like
special
it.
came out, and it just tanked the aluminum Christmas tree industry.
See it. I could see it.
Yeah,
I also there's something about the tree that Linus gets, right?
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
the awful
Well, Charlie
one.
gets it.
Or Charlie gets it, yeah, but um it's just something about how pathetic it is. Like I feel like
Yes.
it's a bit that's been done over and over now since then. I mean, I even just watched the Schitt's Creek Christmas episode,
Okay.
and in that there's a tree that's just fallen apart, and they have to like and it's like the same gag, and they're just trying to get, but like nothing looks as pathetic as the original tree.
Oh yeah, but
Like-
that's part of like the timelessness of this special
hmm
Yeah.
is
Mhm.
like kind of being ahead of its time with the commercialization and then focusing on like the true meaning. And there's nothing in here that feels out of place, even what are we like 50 years?
hmm
50
hmm
plus, almost 60.
Almost 60 years after this came out. So, and it still just feels like it could have been made last year or it could have come out now.
hmm
It's
And-
timely and therefore timeless.
yeah, just the enduring
Or
power
vice
of,
versa.
and just the characters too, the way they're able to just kind of plug these characters in
hmm
and always like in just 25 minutes make them so themselves and representative of different kinds of people and kind of the interplay you get with them. Like kind of Lucy's got a different relationship with Charlie Brown than she does with like Schrader.
Mhm.
And Schrader has like a little bit of that same old soul that Charlie Brown does, where he's kind of playing the old music. You know, what do you mean Beethoven wasn't so great? And Lucy's like, he was never on a bubblegum card, so who cares about him?
So yeah, why should I care?
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
It which is just, yeah, it all just works
Well-
together so well.
And that's a perfect segue into what my favorite part of the whole thing is. So I know that we usually save that for the end, but this is mine. And I know that when we did How the Grinch Stole Christmas, we talked a lot about how great that song is, and it kind of led us down a rabbit hole. But for this special, literally one of my favorite soundtracks of all time, maybe my favorite of all time. It might honestly be my favorite soundtrack in anything ever. The Vince Guaraldi trio, just the piano music, it literally gives me like goosebumps. It makes me think Christmas so much. Like
Yeah,
I'm not
have it
going to fight you on that at all.
No,
I have it
it's
on
like
vinyl.
somehow
I
it's
might
somehow
listen
like
to
when
it tonight. Yes,
Yeah.
I literally like, and when I got it, it was like the best gift I got that year. Don't tell my family, but like literally, it is. It like I just love the music. Just from the opening notes of like any of those songs, it just puts me right back to like I'm 8 years old. There's snow outside. I'm at my grandparents' house, and I'm having hot chocolate, and it puts me like right back there every time.
100%.
Love the soundtrack.
100%.
Mm.
I'll agree with you. I don't think there's a better Christmas album, better Christmas song than anything that's on this or that's in this movie. It is the epitome of like the Christmas season, the Christmas spirit, because
And
it's
just-
connected to such a great story, and that they're wonderful.
And it's only, the special's only 25 minutes long, and there's a lot of songs, but they all serve as just kind of being background because it's just like piano, and there isn't lyrics except when it's like the kids choir singing.
Mhm.
And it's just something about that where it's like, oh yeah, we're going to fill this whole thing with like Christmassy music, and like, well, what should we do? Let's get a jazz piano trio in here. Let's see what they can cook up if we give them a chance. And they just like unleash these incredible notes that are just like snow falling. Like it's the sound.
The
of
brush
snow
on
falling.
the drum ends up being, it fills in that like that muffled sound you always get when it snows, and everything's like somehow a little bit like louder but still quiet.
Yeah.
And it's a perfect encapsulation of that exact or that feeling. And it just it permeates the whole special, and it just makes you feel like it's a warm hug. Like for lack of a better phrase, it is a perfect warm hug for this special, and it just makes you feel so comfortable and loved.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I love it so much. Just those. I'm like, oh, here we go. I'm like, the next 30 minutes of my day are taken up. I'm listening to it start to finish.
I set that as my alarm clock once for like a week, and then I was like, you know what? I don't want to associate this with waking up for work.
Yep, good call.
The commercialization of your life, Nate.
Yeah, exactly. So there were three things that I wanted to make sure we brought up. Just
Okay.
first, Linus's monologue is wonderful.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate it
Um,
more and more. As I get
Yeah.
older.
Second, I love the way that they dance.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
my favorite part.
It's just so wonderful and so fun. And they all just have one move that they just kind of do. And
Mhm.
like, that's it. And then, I mean, we're at the 10-minute mark. So my absolute favorite moment is when Charlie Brown gets home with the little tree and he's got, he's like, maybe I can fix it up. Like, let's see how that
Yeah.
goes. And then he gets
Mhm.
back and Snoopy's won the first prize and he's still trying to stay positive. And he grabs an ornament from Snoopy's doghouse and he puts it on top of the tree and the tree just folds over and there's just a little beat and he just goes, I've killed it. And that line just gets me every single time. And of course, it's a perfect setup for then the rest of the kids
Mhm.
coming over and kind of
Just
fixing
save it.
everything and saving
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah.
And it's all just done so perfectly. But just that little bit, like where Charlie, like it's the last straw. He just killed his little
Yep.
tree and he's going inside. He's done.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. So well done. Just such a simple like story idea for this special. Just like, yeah, this boy's kind of glum and he wants to cheer himself up, but in the end needs to be his friends. And that's what Christmas is all about. Just like, yeah, that's all it has to be.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be anything crazier than that. And then, of course, it's interesting that then, yeah, the next year we got followed up in 1966 with How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which is as zany and inventive and creative as possible, all over the place. Like that's the juxtaposition of these two. Charlie Brown is so like understated compared to How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Like it's willing to just exist with like silence or like quiet moments or like you said, the dancing. Let's just take a second to watch them all dance. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
All right, let's keep moving.
It is crazy that
Isn't that nice?
Rudolph came out in 64,
Mhm.
Charlie Brown in 65, and the Grinch in 66.
Yeah,
And everybody still watches all of these.
Yeah.
yeah, just a great run there. Just a great run. And then I'm sure if we looked and did some research, we could find where it all went wrong. They must have flown too close to the sun in 68 or 69. Maybe they did like a Rocky and Bullwinkle and it just didn't
Frosty
hit.
the Snowman came out in 69.
Okay.
I know Adam's a big fan. I know that one's more polarizing.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not as good of a special, but it's in my rotation every year.
Yeah,
or like my
for
family's
sure.
rotation every year for sure. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be interesting to just kind of like, I don't know, maybe it was just the market could only take like 3 or 4. And everyone was like, get out of here with your, like, we have them now. We don't need
that's
more.
excess. It's excess. We don't deal with excess.
Right.
We've got exactly what we need.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're all perfect encapsulations. I mean, the three you mentioned, Rudolph, this one, Charlie Brown, and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I think those are they will live on indefinitely.
I was just looking of specials, and The Year Without a Santa Claus was 1974, and it was 51 minutes. They had lost it by
It's
then.
too long.
It's too long. It's not good. We're out of the golden era. That's when they're trying to force it.
I also just learned about the existence of this like 2 days ago. I still haven't watched it, but Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
Oh yeah, I saw
53 minutes long, and it's directed by the guy that directed some of the Muppet stuff.
Ooh,
okay.
It's on Peacock, so I might check it out. But I had never even heard of it until like 2 days ago.
Nice.
And it's just a bunch of otters. I like Jug Band. Like that's just a good,
yeah.
Kind
like
of
like a washboard and a
for sure. It gives you a specific kind of vibe.
Yeah. All right.
But I think that kind of puts a wrap on our 12 days of Christmas.
Put the bow on it.
Yes.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
Okay.
All right. Thanks. Yeah, guys. Thanks. Merry Christmas all. To all a good night.
Yeah. No, we're not going to wrap this up by singing "Hark the Herald Angels Sing," although that would have been something.
Could throw all of our heads back like they do in the special and sing at the sky.
Yeah.
All pointing directly upwards.
You got to see their mouths move, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, can't animate it the other way.
But yeah, thank you to everyone for joining us for the 12 Days of Christmas. Obviously, these can be watched any other time, and it's Christmas anytime you watch this specific one because that's when it came out.
Yeah.
It's been a fun ride, and next year we might do something a little different, more kind of sort of Christmas movies. Might be
Mhm.
something that we look at, but we got a whole year to figure it out.
Yeah, we do, and this was very fun. And I'm really excited that Adam has prepared a piano solo for the final outro.
If you'll
It's so
excuse
nice.
me.
Damn, would that be
piano
great
up.
if I just
That would have
like,
been amazing.
pulled out a keyboard or something and just like a quick Linus and Lucy?
Green and red lights just fill the room and a
Mhm.
little performance.
Some Yule log.
No, we'll go out a little more humble than that.
All right, and as has become tradition, Adam, you're gonna take us out.
Like we already stated, thank you so much for watching the 12 Days of Christmas with us. We had a lot of fun putting it together. Thank you so much for watching Speak, Film, and Enter this year. We really appreciate you coming to listen to us and hear what we have to say and to come watch us on YouTube. Have a very Merry Christmas. Have a happy holiday season. We'll see you next time.